Tori Demario is a jeweler from New Jersey. Driven by an appreciation for delicate beauty, she embarked on her entrepreneurial journey post-college, fueled by a desire to master the intricate craft of jewelry making, inspired by the allure of minimalist aesthetics. Through her artistry, she celebrates refined style and uniqueness by meticulously crafting exquisite pieces aimed at personal expression. Thoughtfully designed collections transform personal stories into wearable art, each piece handmade with 14-karat gold-filled materials or sterling silver. Her objective is to fashion something versatile for everyday wear, infusing every outfit with elegance and sophistication, perfect for special occasions, instilling confidence and charm with each wear. Let's delve deeper into Demario's art.
Hi, welcome back to Garden State of the Arts. My name's Joey Lancelotti, and I'm your host. Today, we're with Tori Demario. How you doing, Tori?
Good. How are you?
I am fantastic. So, you design jewelry. Let's get into your background a little bit. What did you go to school for?
So I have a degree in Broadcasting Arts and Technology from here, CCM. I did this TV class. So I consider myself a creative person, so I moved that over to jewelry, and I wanted to try it, and I did, and I really like it.
Okay. So you have a business. When did it go from being a hobby to an actual career?
So it was never really a hobby. I knew that I wanted it to be a business. So when I first started creating things, I always had in mind that I needed to recreate, and so that's how I started.
Okay, yeah. So how did you go about creating your first designs?
I take inspiration from things I see out in the real world, online, what I see, pieces of jewelry that I've already had, and I like to make things that I like to wear. So anything I like is what I make, and hopefully other people like it too.
That's the way to get it done. You emulate the things that you truly love. So do you have any aesthetics that you tend to go towards, or anything that really makes it your style?
So I use lots of golden pearls. It's just a great combination. When you see golden pearls, hopefully you think Toria jewelry.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully they become synonymous with one another.
That'd be cool.
That would be really, really cool. So pearls and gold, it doesn't come falling out of the sky. So how do you source all this material?
Everything is pretty much from online. I do lots of shopping online. I have wholesale websites that I use. I go on Etsy a lot. A couple things in person, not a lot. It's a lot of trial and error because everything comes from online. You don't know if you need it until you already bought it and it's at your house.
That's the worst part about being a creative. You know, you have all these extra things lying around, and sometimes it'll take 100 materials before you can find the right one.
Exactly.
So I've got the chance to see some of your work, and let me tell you now, it is fantastic.
Thank you.
So we're going to all look at a little bit of how you actually go about making a piece, if you wouldn't mind kind of showing us what you're actually doing.
Yeah, of course. So I'm going to be making a ring here. First we start with the measurement, because that will equal how big the ring is, what size it is. So I think this is 55 millimeters. We have to sand it. Each end has to be perfectly flat before you solder, otherwise the solder will not connect. It has to be perfectly together. We shape it. It has to be shaped into a ring form before we can solder. It's actually a flat ring, so it can meet perfectly at the ends. This takes a little bit. It has to be perfect.
Is it hard to mold that metal to be the way you want it to be?
Yes, it's hard to get it exactly perfect. So here's a little bit of solder. You need a tiny, tiny little bit. We will torch it. It will flow. And once it flows, you can quench it, which is what I'm doing here. You put it in water. It cools down super quickly so that it gets harder. Now we just need to shape it into a perfect ring shape. Now that it's soldered closed, make it flat on each end. We have to get rid of that flat part that we used to solder. Here's a mandrel that has sizes on it, so I know I'm making the correct size. And we also have to make it flat. So we'll just do this quick. I would put it in a tumbler with steel shot. let it tumble for about 2 hours so it comes out super, super shiny. And then here we have a finished ring.
That is so cool.
Thank you. I'm going to put some on. This is actually called the Gracie stack. So these are 3 separate rings. The one I just made is right there in the middle.
The Gracie stack. I love the name. So who
Thank you.
inspired that?
So Gracie came from my middle name, Grace. So it's just how I got that name. There's just little connections for all the names that I have.
I love that. That is so cool.
Thank you.
So that looked like an extremely complicated process. I could never do it. How long would you say it takes for you to finish one piece?
If I was making that ring, once I already have all the materials, it'd take probably about 10 minutes, not including the tumbling for 2 hours. And then I'd have a finished piece after all the materials, of course, because that takes a while in itself.
Yeah, it'll take like 2 months to even get what you want.
Yep, sometimes.
So, is there anything that you made that is just your favorite piece or is the most meaningful to you?
I have a favorite necklace. It's called the Casey necklace. I'm actually wearing it right now. I named it after my dog, so it got a special name. It's just golden pearls. It was one of the first designs that I ever made, and I'm just love seeing it on other people. It just looks so good.
That is awesome. I like how you named it after your dog. It really, really ties meaning to it, you know? So now it's really tough to get your business off the ground, you know? How would you say that social media helped impact your business and your growth?
Social media is so important. It's where I'm going to find all new clients, all new customers. It's the only place to really reach new people. So if I have friends that post things and tag me, I stay up to date on all the trends and can recreate and hopefully get more people to see.
That is so cool. So is there anything that you're working on now that you're excited about sharing, or you just really can't wait to post on social media?
I have a new collection that I put on my website not that long ago. It's birthstones, so I now have all the birthstones that people can choose from, earrings and necklaces. I also have initials where people can get their initials on a necklace. And coming up, I have a market that I'm going to be going to, so people can shop in person, they can try things on, really see my stuff before they buy. So I'm excited about that.
That's so cool. So is it all jewelers going to this, small businesses?
It's mostly small businesses, some candles, maybe some food. They can get jewelry from me.
Exactly. You know what? You got the trifecta right there. You got a little bit of everything. That's so cool. Well, congratulations. I hope you have a good time there and you make a ton of sales.
I hope so.
So speaking of sales, a lot of your sales have to go through your website, right?
Yes. So I have toriajewelry.com. Everything is on there. There's pictures of me wearing it, other people. They have collections like the birthstone. I have favorites. My favorite favorites are on there that you can shop from.
Okay. Why is it called Toria?
So my name is Tori, but it's actually Victoria. And my dad and my brother call me Toria as a nickname. And so I use that because everyone else calls me Tori. But my dad and my brother were the only ones calling me Toria.
That's so cute. That's special. That's really cool. So now, how do you want your business to grow in 5 years?
In 5 years, it would be super cool if it could be my main income. I don't have to have any other jobs. It could be my full-time job. And if I could hire an employee in 5 years, that would be just like a great goal.
That is a fantastic goal. And so we got one more question for you, and it might be the most important one. To anyone out there who wants to do what you do, who wants to create their own jewelry and kind of go through this process themselves, is there anything that you would give them, like advice-wise, or any tips for starting off?
I would definitely say start small and start simple. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Really design things that you can recreate, know how to make perfectly. Spend the time learning before you want to expand too much.
Well, that was an excellent answer, and hopefully everyone out there watching this who wants to do what you do can really follow in your steps, because you're doing a great job. It was
Thanks.
a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
And I hope you enjoyed this week's On Garden State of the Arts. We'll be back next week. I'm your host, Joey Lancelotti. Have a great one.